Listen, Chris, I have a question to ask you, and feel free to say no because I feel like you probably will.
Yeah, okay.
And if that's the case, it's fine. I've got a backup.
Yeah.
But would you maybe like to come with me to see Jordan Peterson on his We Who Wrestle with God tour?
No. No, I don't think I'm going to.
You don't want to see him perform?
Yeah, listen, you
don't want to see him at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia?
You texted me earlier saying I want to go on the I desperately want to go to the fucking I almost said our podcast to the fucking Jordan Peterson We Who Wrestle with God tour, and I wanted to tell you no so badly.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you that no, you shouldn't be going to do this. You shouldn't be supporting this bad man with his bad opinions, and you're contributing to the economy that allows him to keep existing. And I wanted to say all that to you, but I just couldn't. I should not to you. No. I said this before. It's like telling a puppy to stop chewing on their favorite sock.
Right.
The puppy should not be chewing on the sock. That's not what the sock is for. It has healthier things that it could be chewing on, but it just makes him so happy.
Yeah.
And eventually you're like, this is your sock.
I appreciate that. Instead of saying, Will, I don't think that's a good idea, you texted me, treat yourself.
Yes.
That's very kind of you. It's fine you don't want to go. Brett Favre said he'd go with me.
Yeah, okay. It's good. What a beautiful relationship you and Brett Favre have.
Brett's probably going to be joining me as I go and go to that timeshare presentation I agreed to when I was on mushrooms.
Yeah. You told. I think you talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah, I talked about how I had a mushroom trip that culminated in me being willing to go to a timeshare presentation.
Right, but I think you also talked about the plan with Brett on the podcast as well.
Yeah, we're going to go.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
And we're going to go to these presentations. I'm going to get my money's worth for having agreed to them. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but I've had this perspective, and that is that it's such a unique interaction, such a unique circumstance being with a timeshare scammer in the same room that I wouldn't feel beholden to any social mores.
Yeah, you could just be anything and do anything.
It feels like a video game. It feels like it would be like playing GTA. And so I kind of just want to go and see who I can become. And how much ruining this person's day I can get away with morally.
Yeah.
Which is probably a lot.
Probably
he's trying
to hurt you. Yeah, he's trying to take your money away.
And so Brett and I might go on a little grift trip.
Nice.
We might go go to a timeshare presentation and then see Jordan Peterson at the State Farm Arena.
What a fucking
in Atlanta, Georgia. Imagine. Because I get to have two experiences of the same kind in a row. One where a scammer is going to try and lull me into a false sense of security and manipulate me wildly into doing something I shouldn't do and following directions I should never follow, and the other is a timeshare presentation.
Yeah, dude.
Twice in the same day. Can you believe it?
It probably isn't on the same day, but God, if
Wouldn't
it was,
be great,
it would be so good if it was.
I mean, I could
That'd
just
be
spend
the best day of your life.
14 straight hours surrounded by people who do not have my best interest in mind, and just knowing it and not needing to follow any rules because of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You would come back from that like you just went on a week-long vacation to Aruba. You're just like, I'm so refreshed.
I feel like I would. I thought about getting myself, but here's the thing. I thought about getting myself a Kermit the Frog beanie.
Yeah.
And maybe getting a t-shirt that says I don't know, climate change is real, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
On it, And I thought about that because I figured I could maybe like get a little negative attention. I can maybe stir the pot a little bit. Maybe I get some fucking, some like testosterone obsessed fucking weak chinned loser to get really mad at me about his surrogate father that he listens to on Spotify.
Right. Like basically like treat the people at the Jordan Peterson show the same way you plan on treating the timeshare people.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
With the same level of just enraptured irreverence.
Right.
And I thought, who knows? Maybe I'll get really good seats, and I'll sit in the fucking front goddamn row. And
he just has to make eye contact with you.
This guy has to pretend that I'm not there, mocking him to his face with my presence. And I was like, I would be doing... maybe I could even throw him off. Maybe I'll heckle him. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, or just like smile like one of the ghosts from the film Smile. Like, just like the whole time. And it's not even a bit. It's just you expressing how you feel in the moment. Just like...
I love that piece of shit so much. He's so much fun. He's such a fun piece of shit. And I was so ready, and my finger hovered over like the view event link for a little bit.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. And I clicked it, and then it showed State Farm Arena. I thought it would be like... I don't know.
Like a theater or something, probably.
Or actually, honestly, I figured it would be in the same kind of room as a timeshare presentation.
Yeah,
I thought it would be in a hotel convention center sort of room.
Exactly.
I would have thought that it would be like in the all-purpose room of a Best Western. Not in a fucking arena.
Right, in a fucking bank arena. Like
an arena named after an entire-ass insurance company.
Yeah.
Not a small one, either.
I know exactly. That's how you know that that a fucking performance space is just like a godless like monument to capitalism.
Yeah,
is when it is named after a bank
or an insurance company. Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just like, I'm floored because I knew he had like a following. I knew he was popular. I knew that he was like at least culturally relevant and like worth talking about to a lot of people. But I assumed that when like they flew him out to Russia to inject him with a bunch of ghosts or whatever they did to him,
right? Yeah.
That after that point he had fallen off.
No,
he's only become more powerful.
He's become so much stronger.
He's playing arenas,
like full ass fucking. He's fucking rising out of the middle of the stage like Dane Cook.
Lasers, smoke machines. Okay, which song are we going with?
I was going for Black and Black. You went for Seven Nation Army. Both of them are correct choices.
It's the same vibe. Yeah, I could picture him. Like, imagine that, like, just Madison Square Garden, because it's basic. I mean, New York, he's not doing MSG. He's doing Radio City.
Right.
But that's also fucking like
that's
insane.
Like
an 8,000 cap
like,
venue.
Radio City is huge.
I'm pretty sure it's like
I've been to Radio City. It's like it's big. Yeah, that's the whole point of it. Is that it's like an enormous garish theater.
Yeah,
like it's the least subtle theater on planet Earth.
Yeah, and frankly, I mean, it's sold out.
Yeah.
This man sold out Radio City Music Hall, and so he had to go to the fucking State Farm Theater when he went to Atlanta, Georgia. And you want to know how many tickets to that are left?
I bet none.
Not enough where I could sit next to somebody. Not enough.
Oh no, that's a commitment to go solo.
Oh no,
just
I'm not
fucking
going.
Roll up to the Jordan Peterson tour, Stag.
And like it's fucking mind-boggling. It's like he's the fuck. He's like it's like Eras. It's like Jordan Peterson's Eras tour. I wonder if he flies a private jet. If he's doing arenas, he probably does.
Okay, at this point, I'm just recycling jokes that I already made with you fucking 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining him in the fucking like Eddie Murphy suit, like the red leather Eddie Murphy suit, but half of it's blue.
Yeah.
Like he's just doing shit like that. Just, like, fucking people are like screaming. They love him so much.
Well, because like Jordan Peterson is an old man in a three-piece suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's fucking walking out onto an arena stage?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? And like these are like fucking like 10,000 plus cap venues we're talking about here. This is like where the 1975 plays. Not fucking a Canadian psychologist.
Yeah, like wait, he's gonna look so small on that stage.
You'd think he wouldn't like that.
I know,
Dude,
right?
they're gonna have the fucking giant screens and everything, like they do with like fucking rock concerts and arenas. They're gonna have the giant screens with the cameras following him around on stage, just like fucking, what's up, New York? Just fucking 10,000 people start chanting his name, stomping on the floor.
It's like he needs like a backing band. Like he really truly like just like fill up space on the stage. He needs to get like the fucking like the Black Eyed Peas to just like
Dude, you think it's gonna be pyrotechnics?
Oh, I hope so.
That'll be so good.
Because it would be such a waste to do his stadium and just have it be like just a guy in a suit, maybe with a chair, just like screaming at you about how you're not enough like your father. Like, dude, he needs to make it a fucking show.
I mean, yeah, because he's in a fucking arena. He's doing these fucking arenas. I'm picturing him just like fucking like doing Dane Cook shit to try and take up the energy on that stage. You can't just kind of hobble back and forth, you know, just musingly looking at the ground while you like, you know, think a little bit and, you know, just back and forth, just like when you go back through time, in memoriam, you know, that's an interesting point. Is when it's not coming out of my mouth because I can't imagine that happening on an arena stage. It's so impossible. I can't even think like what he could possibly do to keep up with 10,000 pairs of eyes on him.
There's a video I saw of Psy where he's like the way he enters a performance is like there's this platform underneath the stage and like a hole opens up and it rockets him up to the top of the stage at like 40 miles an hour and he like launches 8 feet into the air. It's incredible. It literally shoots him out of the ground.
That's so good.
It's so good.
Can JP do that?
All of his bones will shatter on impact. But yeah, he could.
I'm imagining him like just fucking crumpling into a ball. Like early ragdoll video game physics.
Yeah! He loves it at first.
Oh my god. Maybe that's why he's wearing such loud suits.
I think so.
He's an arena guy now.
He's getting ready, yeah.
He's a rock star.
The fucking red and white suit.
Oh my god.
The red and white suit feels like a bit we would make up for this bit.
Like seriously. I knew that he had a following and I knew that he was at least somewhat popular, but like I never expected for a moment that if I went to the We Who Wrestle with God tour that there was no chance I would get to shake his hand. I thought that if I went I'd be one of few enough where there was a chance.
Right. Like there could potentially be a line that forms.
Yeah, I got to give Papa John Misty a hug once. It was one of the most glorious moments of my life.
Right.
And and
you want to give Jordan Peterson the hug he needs.
Exactly.
You just want to rub his back and tell him he can stop trying. It's going to be okay.
I'm going to say I'm going to
finally go to sleep. Shh, no one's coming for you.
I would love to just like whisper something into his ear.
It's okay to be nothing. It's like I feel like he needs to hear that. Like I feel like he just like you know,
man. But I don't think that. I think he needs to hear it more than once. I think he needs to hear it like every week for a few years. You know, like from like maybe from a professional,
from a therapist.
Yeah. Like I feel like he needs to maybe hear that every morning, honestly.
No, though, but he never will.
No.
Imagine Jordan Peterson, a guy who like a self-proclaimed expert in psychology.
Yeah.
Like just trying to have an earnest conversation with like a good therapist. Honestly, that sounds like an incredible one-act play.
Yeah.
The whole time he would just be trying to imagine trying to big dog your therapist.
I bet he would.
I think he would.
I feel like it would be like that scene in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Dennis asks the therapist to view him as an associate or a colleague, and then tries to discuss the other patients. Like I feel like it would you know what it would be like? It would be like fucking what is the name? It would be like I imagine having the energy of one of the latter, closer to the climax episodes of Your Lie in April. I know this is weird. I know this is fucking weird, but I'm imagining them both.
I haven't actually seen Your Lie in April, but I think I kind of know what you're talking about.
It has intense, almost psychic level classical music energy, where you've got like this guy who's so intense playing piano, and like he's just angst ridden, and I don't know, like it feels like he's like it feels like there's conflict happening while he's playing piano.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a weird
No, I think
one.
I get it. But, like, I'm following.
There's probably a better example. It's probably a better example is... No, I can't think of one.
I don't know. It just feels like every like
It'd be like Death Note. Like these two minds locked in combat, but unable to tell the other that they suspect the other of trying to get each other. You know? Like,
yeah. By the end, the therapist is like washing Jordan Peterson's feet, and Jordan Peterson like internally is like, "I'm going to kill you tonight." It's like it's finally happening. You told me your name, you idiot.
They're on a staircase, the light of God shining down from behind them. The therapist on his knees washing JP's feet, just being like, "Have you ever told a single true thing in your life?" And then Jordan Peterson being like,
more milk left in the Jordan Peterson teat, or like...
You can't ask me a question like that and expect the answer to ever be no. Even if the answer is no in the terms that you mean it.
Right. Like,
because now I'm just like, the milk in the Jordan Peterson teat. What a fascinating image you've put in my head.
You know, it's Jordan Peterson, and he's laying in. I'm just kind of imagining it as a hospital bed.
Okay,
but he has udders. He's got a big set of udders, and those udders say funny podcast ideas. They had that tattoo.
Wait, why is he in a hospital bed?
I don't know. That's just kind of how I imagined it first draft, and I decided to go with it. He had to be in a bed, but this is also a very clinical situation, so my brain just automatically put him in a hospital bed. So he's in a hospital bed. He's got udders. And the others have a tattoo that say funny ideas for podcast on them. And it's starting to deflate a little bit. You know, we've milked him a lot. We've got a couple jugs in the back already.
a couple jugs of JP milk. Well, if you guys see me at the Jordan Peterson Eras tour coming up. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
You see me there, don't tell anybody.
That's why you have to go wearing the Kermit the Frog hat, just so that there's plausible deniability. So
that everybody knows that I'm not going there because I agree with him on politics.
Right. You know, it's so much more complicated than that.
I guess, but it's also very similar. It's very simple to me.
Okay.
It's that he's a darling little creature.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what I meant.
He's like
because like as soon as I ask, you say that, but then I could be like, why? And then the answer becomes it's complicated.
I guess that's true. It does become it's complicated again from there. But
yeah,
like I think,
but I understand it doesn't feel complicated to you.
No,
it feels pure and simple.
It's very simple to me. I'm trying to think. Like,
love always is.
I'm trying to think of like what it is about him that like how I can I'm just trying to think of how I can describe my deep love for this terrible man who I don't like. And I think it's just like, you know that uncle that doesn't come around and you don't really talk about, but like he used to bring you really good presents. Wait, is that universal?
No, I do know what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't have an exact similar situation, but like I know what you mean.
He feels like an estranged family member to me. He feels like a brother with whom I had a falling out, except there never was a falling in the first place, and we're not related.
And you've never met the man.
Yeah.
No, like
I'm trying to think, like,
you know, I kind of get it, because like the thing about Jordan Peterson is that like the first 10 minutes of any journey into the mind of Jordan Peterson is always like, oh yeah, okay. You know, it's like there's like, oh, you clean your room. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right.
I should probably be doing that more. I should probably clean my room.
I think,
and then he says like something that implies that like women should be assigned their husbands.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, like, but that's the thing is like, I look, if I might be so bold, I think the thing that I feel like your connection with Jordan Peterson, there's some element of it that's like, I can fix him. Like, I feel like I feel like it's not that you want to date Jordan Peterson. I feel like you want to be his adopted son who teaches him how to be better through the magic of fatherhood.
That's it. I want to be... This is so weird that this is where my head is going, but I want to be the Ellie Williams to his Joel Miller. I want to
be the
save
Atreus
him.
to his Kratos.
Yeah.
To name any other video game father-child pair.
Yeah.
You want to fill that role.
I want to fill that void in his heart
Right.
with the light of innocent love. You know what I mean?
Right. You want to have to go on a journey across a wasteland with him where you have to like fight fucking boogans and goo guys. And in the process of that, he learns how to be a better man.
Yes. Yes. And I would do that for him.
Just through the process of having to love you.
Yeah.
And provide for you and take care of you in like a real way.
I just want to show him that he's worthy of the love that he needs to show himself in order to become a better person.
Yeah.
Plus, he's just fucking hot.
He's so handsome.
He's so good
The
looking.
way he fills out that blue and red suit. You know, like
he's on him like a skeleton.
like he's fucking swimming in it. like he's a little boy in his dad's closet.
It really... He looks like Earthworm Jim in the suit. It's just a little tiny shriveled head with the big fucking big shoulders. He clearly...
I mean, it's crazy to like fucking have all your blood replaced in Russia.
Yeah.
And then like not eat meat. Or no, only eat red meat for like a year and a half, and then decide it's time to start wearing interesting suits. Like that just sucks. That just sucks that he chose to do those things in that order. It was the wrong order.
I think over the past few years, he's had to remove the mask more and more.
Right.
And actually any good that was still left in him, he has abandoned so that he could become the clown prince of conservatism.
Right, exactly.
We've been recording for almost an hour.
Good. Okay, good.
We have no podcast here.
I think there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, but
there was
it's still
some fun.
not...
It's not podcast though. So
welcome everybody to Life in the World to Come. We've been recording for an hour.
It's okay. No, it's good. Like you can have a top. Every now and then, it's good to have like a nice top-heavy podcast.
You know
what I mean?
That would...
It's kind of unwieldy at the beginning.
I would agree if it weren't for the fact that that's every episode.
We had a run of like 5 episodes where I felt like we really nailed it pacing wise, and the last have been a little chubby.
Yeah,
they've been a little bit. You know those like wobble dolls that you kind of bop them and they kind of. They're like
Whipples.
that. Whippers, yeah. Wibbles wobble and they don't fall down. I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of had that sort of quality to it. Where they were definitely kind of, there was more weight at the beginning. But in a weird way, that weight kind of kept them up, you know? You could kind of knock it around a little bit and they bounce back. Huh. I don't know what that metaphor meant at all. Let's get into questions.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's get into questions. Maybe we should consider saying welcome, doing the welcome at the beginning, like making a concerted effort.
Jump right in, yeah.
To like, I don't know, yeah, maybe in the future. This is just for us.
Okay,
this is not podcast material. Maybe in the future, what we do is we start with a question.
Oh yeah, just like jump right into a question, maybe.
Yeah,
but then we'll never have time to talk about what an incredible man Jordan Peterson is.
We can jump into it after we finish the question.
Okay, I guess that we can play around with stuff. We can play around with stuff.
Yeah.
Try to like it's been like 5 years. We can switch up the formula a little bit.
I think that we probably have to.
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
I've thought about that recently. Yeah. I was surprised. I recently went back. I was about to answer a question, but now apparently we're not going to.
Okay.
I was looking. I don't usually do this. I've kind of like got out of the habit of doing this, and I think it's healthy. Of where I kind of go out of my way not to check the views on Podbean because intellectually I'm like it shouldn't be about that. So I just like I kind of don't check them that often. But I checked them recently, and it's we're doing pretty good still. It's usually about. Episodes get about 3,000 downloads in their first month, and then the farther back you go, like those kind of views climb up because they have more time. So like most of our episodes have like 4,000, like 4.5 K. Nah, is that right? Yeah, K means 1,000, right?
Yeah,
4.5 K views, But the weird thing is, if you scroll back, it's like more recent stuff. It's like 3,000, and then you get to Chris Dunn won't go to therapy. The both of them, and then and it jumps up to the mid 4,000s. And I think the reason for that is that therapy is like, it sells like hotcakes on the podcast market. Like anything just like psychologically oriented, like people love that. It does really well. I don't even know what this is. Like how, like what the, like I have no idea. I still kind of can't describe the premise of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like not in one sentence. Like it is kind of like unwieldy and complicated. So like basically all of this is to say is like this podcast is going to be what it's going to be. We've intentionally or not, I don't know, have set this thing up to be unaccessible, and that's just kind of and like you sometimes you just gotta play the cards you're dealt. This just kind of is what the podcast is that like it's like, what is this? There's a lot of context, right? And you kind of have to like wrap your head around that context a little bit, and that could be something that I could worry about, or it could not be, and I've decided that I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay,
yeah, this thing is what it is.
Jump ups in that. That's interesting.
It was, yeah.
I think that's
I genuinely, I think that's why. I think people, like therapy podcasts do very well. And I think it has something to do with that. And
I have an idea.
Yeah. It's also a lot easier to be like, hey, check out this mental health podcast, as opposed to, hey, check out this... and then they have to like pause. And they have to, so like, okay, so there's this like
an answer for this.
Okay,
not the question.
I was like, I haven't read
it.
I was confused because like I haven't read it, so that's very impressive.
From here on
Will
out,
is on top of this.
From here on out, we include therapy in the title of every episode.
Yeah, just to fucking trick them.
And here, can we try gaming the algorithm like crazy with this title? We call this episode Jordan Peterson Won't Go to Therapy.
Oh wow, it would do so well.
Do you think it would blow the fuck up?
It wouldn't blow the fuck up. I think it would do. It might do slightly better than average.
I'd really like to see.
It might
just
do
as an
like
experiment. Can we try?
I'll try. Fine. Yeah, fuck it. I'll call it that. What do I care? No. Yeah, sure.
If not, we can call it Jordan Peterson errors. Jordan Peterson's errors store.
Yeah.
You know,
I think Jordan Peterson. It feels kind of. Yeah. No. Fuck it. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sure.
I want to call it Jordan
Peterson won't go to therapy. All right, let's answer a question. Let's answer a question. I had a question pulled up. Let's see here. All right. Okay. This one's interesting. Okay. Wait.
What?
Where is the question here?
Did you not read it first?
I saw it was about leprosy, and I was like, that's probably good.
Yeah,
but now I'm reading
fun.
it. Okay, hey guys, I'm 4 years late, but leprosy is a, if treated too late, chronic infectious disease that causes plague-like sores and irreversible nerve damage! ! It's caused by a certain kind of bacteria! Smiley face. Hope you like the info. NV.
So there isn't a question.
So there is no question.
I love
that. Was just a person briefly describing what leprosy is. And then that was it. Actually,
here's the thing: when people like write emails that aren't designed to actually participate in the show and are just like trying to be funny, usually I hate that. Usually I'm just like, come on, we got a job to do here, guy.
But that one was pretty good.
That one was good
because it kind of like it wasn't obvious. Like it kind of felt like the question was about to come, but then just didn't. Like it was just
also just like super informative
and very informative. Yeah. Like it was like I learned a little fact too.
I didn't know that,
and that's nice. It's nice to learn little facts sometimes.
I didn't know that leprosy was bacterial.
Yeah, I guess
I didn't think about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't really know.
It's not like I thought specifically otherwise, but if you had told me it was a virus or a prion disease, I might believe you.
Right.
You know? And that's really fun. You could have told me it was a fungal infection and I would have bought it.
Yeah, I don't know anything about leprosy.
I mean, now I do.
Other than that Jesus is good at making it go away. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he did that.
Yeah, he healed the lepers.
He healed the lepers.
I like how there's a slur for people who have leprosy.
Yeah, I guess there is.
Yeah, what the fuck? What other disease has a slur for it?
I can't think of any.
It's because there isn't one.
I guess it was probably just a really big problem.
It's just like a fucked up derogatory term for a person suffering from a horrible degenerative disease.
Yeah, they really made him feel bad about it.
Yeah, like it was their
which
fault.
they did need help with, I bet. You know?
Yeah.
Like maybe, you know, at least on a physical level. Because their fucking arms are falling off and shit. Their body is rotting while they're alive.
Look at this fucking leper.
They're like,
why? It's not fair.
It's not fair. It feels unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I had leprosy and someone looked at me and was like, gross, I'd be like, I know. Trust me, I'm here all the time. Like, you get to walk away. I don't. Like, what's your point, dude?
I have no fingers.
You fucking thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, yeah.
Don't you see the crutch that's just a jagged stick on a stick?
Yeah. I'm like a zombie man.
It's so fucked up. Why is there a slur for people with this disease? I'm trying to think if there's one there isn't.
It was probably just because it was like hyper contagious and very dangerous, and so like, there was probably like a lot of negative feelings about people who had that. And you know, back in the day where they were like, where do diseases come from? Probably just like God's anger. So like, our next question. Okay.
Sucks.
I've recently started playing one of those stupid cookie clicker-esque games again. Everybody got addicted to a few years back. And it got me wondering, will there be some kind of cookie clicker game in the world to come? Will we have phone games at all? Will I be doomed to keep tapping on my screen for all of eternity?
This is a really interesting question.
Yeah.
I have one in development.
Oh, cool.
That I've been working on that I think I'm going to release after the bombs drop.
Cool, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, it's sort of like a Pokemon Go style, like in person kind of getting out there and like active sort of thing, you know. And the idea is that like we all do is that like, you know, you sign up and you pay me like $29.99 a month, and then I take you into a cave, and I say, and I give you like a big I won't beat around, a pickaxe, right? And I say, you know, like for every jewel you bring me, that's 29 points. And they say, what do you get when I have enough points? And I say, fucking pigs don't ask questions. And then that's when I release the dogs. So that's my plan for a game. It's called Chris's Jewels. Chris's Jewel Mining Operation Business. It's the name of the app. So
Yeah.
So that's... Do you have anything?
No. You answered the question. You answered.
All right.
it.
That's good.
You answered the question.
Okay. Sometimes it's a quick one, I guess.
My fucking face hurts. I haven't smiled like that in like years, man.
All right.
I just experienced some deep healing.
Why?
I don't know. It's just I feel like I just laughed something loose. I feel like I just jump started the serotonin in my brain. It just like that bit was you just, you know, clipping the fucking jumper cables to the fucking dopamine centers in my brain and just giving me a kickstart.
Okay.
And I feel like I could get home from here now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can take that energy into this net.
Hell yeah. Question. Let's crack this door though, because it's getting fucking warm in
a little
here.
bit.
Interesting question.
Let's do it.
If I order my pizza 30 minutes before the apocalypse rises, will my determined delivery driver make it for the $20 I owe him?
What? That's no.
Not
let him be with his loved ones in his final moments. What an incredibly cruel thing to do.
Well, I guess look, this is a hypothetical with a lot of variables involved. So like, let's say you order that pizza. You go to fucking Papa Pelli's Pizza, and he fucking and his son Victor. Fucking loads up
Pelli.
Sonapelli. Victor Sonapelli. His last name is different. It's a obscure Italian naming convention.
Okay.
That is only used in very small villages
It's
off the coast of
Sicilian.
Italy. Yeah, exactly. It's a obscure Sicilian traditions that most Sicilians won't tell you about because it's a secret. We're breaking it. And what was I talking about? Okay, yeah. See, he gets in the car with this pizza, and he's halfway to your house. And the bomb goes off. Does he have the potential to make it to your house to deliver said pizza before he is you and he are eviscerated in the resulting firewall?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Unless he's Spider-Man.
Unless he's Spider-Man.
Or
unless he's Spider-Man in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
In which case, you got a chance. You might get that pizza.
That's an excellent point.
You might even get to have a bite or two before you turn into a skeleton.
You could imagine that. Imagine sitting on your porch, watching the mushroom cloud rush towards you while you eat a pizza with Spider-Man. That's how I want to go out. Just watching the mushroom cloud, fucking sucking on some pepperoni.
You and Toby,
with fucking Toby
slurping
Maguire
down your last Ronies as the sky turns red.
And then he climbs up onto the ceiling of my porch and hangs upside down, and then we kiss.
Yeah.
Then we do an upside down kiss real quick. And then as we are swallowed by flames.
That's beautiful.
Did we do it? Did we do it again?
I don't know.
Is that the
I feel
end
like
of it?
that's the answer, right? You know, if the answer is if he's Spider-Man, you might.
If he's Spider-Man, there's a chance.
If he's not Spider-Man,
if
then
he's
probably
Spider-Man,
not.
probably not, unless he really guns it.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe if he's
like he might make it, but it won't be the same. Just like watching that bomb go over the horizon with anyone other than Spider-Man, is not going to be as good. Now that we floated that idea, nothing will hit the same. I think
you don't want to spend your final seconds on Earth with Victor Sonapelli,
right? No,
the guy's a creep.
No, he's a creep.
Yeah,
and honestly, there's a lot of a lot of weird stuff he's picked up from his dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Like his dad is like really into Fox News. Yeah. And he's like not as into it, but like he was still raised in that way, and he's a young man, so he hasn't had time to separate himself from those opinions and those feelings, and he never will, because later today he's going to burn to death in the firestorm.
Later today?
Later today in this situation.
Oh, right.
Maybe later today. I don't know. We'll see.
I was going to say it's 8:30 p.m., dude. We got 3.5 hours to live. It's funny the way space and time can fold, and the way that the visions that Chris and I use in order to answer your questions can come to fruition. You know, we receive a lot of signs, and then using those signs, we can conjure a vision. You know, and one of the first signs I had to tell you that the only way you're gonna be able to get a pizza in your final moments is if you order them from Spider-Man. Is because I did meet Victor Sonapelli,
right?
Or I will meet Victor Sonapelli,
right,
at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia.
Like a whole branching lattice of different variant timelines, unfolded in front of you like a beautiful tree.
Yep.
And you saw the one that involved Victor Sonapelli. And it just sucked.
Yeah.
And then you saw that there was like a Spider-Man one not that far off, and it was like, well, obviously that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I don't even realize that was a choice, but if it is, yeah.
Well, it's interesting. You know, I am currently having a vision of something I'm going to be doing in April.
Right.
I'm having a vision of April. I'm having a vision.
What is he doing?
I'm having.
He's hunched over the computer. I don't know what he's doing.
Hold on. I'm having a vision of March 15th, where I'm going to meet Victor Sonapelli at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, and we're gonna lock eyes. He's gonna see my Kermit the Frog hat and my "Climate Change is Real, you asshole" shirt.
Right.
And I'm going to have a vision
Okay.
I'm having a vision of the,
You're going to have a vision of the vision you're going to have.
I'm going to have.
Kind of makes the second vision feel a little redundant, I guess.
It does,
Maybe
yeah.
just as it's kind of nice as a little reminder. It's like a little.
Well, according to the vision I'm currently having, I will have forgotten this conversation.
Okay, well then
by
that's good. I guess that's for the best then.
Yeah, so it's now I can answer it now as opposed to then having this vision and being like, oh right,
Yeah.
I should have said this on the podcast.
Okay.
I already had this vision, you know, and luckily I did say it on the podcast by the time that happened.
And what is it?
Oh no, it's basically what you described.
Okay.
Is I meet Victor, son of Pelly.
Yeah.
And I look him in the eye and I say, "You are being grifted. Also, Papa Pelly's will burn." And he'll start weeping. He'll be like, "How did you know my father's name?" And,
and then
I just meant the pizzeria. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's going to be real for like the last 2 weeks of the Earth. Just real quick right at the end there.
Like, it's gonna be a weird thing. You might have thought like, Spider-Man could maybe be real in the world to come. We've seen it. We know a little bit about it. Spider-Man seems plausible. It's actually gonna happen.
But part of this prediction it takes place before the end of the world.
Yeah.
So he becomes real for a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, when I gasped and yelled Spider-Man,
that was like,
it wasn't because I just was hit with a vision of an alternate universe where you could order pizza from Spider-Man and get it on time. It was because Spider-Man was also there.
From the comics,
it was because Spider-Man was also there at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia to see Jordan Peterson Eras tour.
That's really funny. I don't know why that's so funny. He's not even in costume. He's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It's almost a misnomer to say that Spider-Man is there. Peter Parker.
He gets really mad at me. Toby Maguire is right there. And he gets so mad at me. I go, Spider-Man. He goes, shh. Nobody's supposed to know I'm here.
Does Toby Maguire become Spider-Man, or is it a different guy? Okay, that's good.
We talked about this.
Right.
It's the Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's good. I think
Toby Maguire is going to be at the Jordan Peterson Eras tour, and he's not going to like me calling him out for it.
No, he's going
to be more upset about that than about exposing his true identity as Spider-Man.
Right.
Which is honestly
yeah, they didn't
understandable.
They didn't use any special effects in that movie.
No,
he just got everyone on the set together. He's like, this is going to be a big secret. Nobody can tell. All of this is real. I'm a real guy. I can do this.
Spider-Man 1 through 3 from the early aughts, that was all filmed on an iPhone.
Right.
That was filmed on Sam Raimi's iPhone.
That was filmed on Sam Raimi's. Right. That was Sam Raimi was following Toby Maguire around without telling him.
You might not know this, but Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 from the early aughts.
It's a gonzo documentary. Yeah.
It's just Sam Raimi's Instagram story.
Right.
Spider-Man was like his real friend. That's so fucking weird.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know.
It's real.
The Green Goblin really happened.
Yeah. And the reason Spider-Man 3 was so bad is because Sam Raimi had shot all this footage, this real actual footage of Spider-Man fighting the Sandman.
Yeah.
And enough for a whole movie. And then Avi Arad had to come in at the last second and be like, well, we need Venom in it. And he's like, I don't know who that is. That's not a real guy.
Yeah.
That guy's from the comic books. I've been following the real Spider-Man and Sandman and their exploits.
And then a guy who just looked a lot like Topher Grace.
It happened to look a lot like Topher Grace.
Yeah.
And then they added all that in post. In special effect, and that's why that movie's no good. You can tell it's not real anymore.
Right, exactly.
You know. Our next question.
Willem Dafoe just is one of those faces.
No, that was him.
That's Norman Osborn.
That was actually Willem Dafoe.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Norman Osborn.
Right. Well, that's
Oscorp.
Right. Again, that's Willem Dafoe's other name.
Oh.
He's two, I guess. He has two names, and he also runs a company and was a goblin guy for a little bit.
Oh, I didn't know
Just
that.
for a little bit, until he got impaled. He's dead. He's a dead man.
No, I know.
Not many people know this about
Willem Dafoe died?
Yeah, he got impaled by the Spider-Man.
I thought Norman Osborn just looked a lot like Willem Dafoe.
No,
Same guy.
No, everything that Willem Dafoe has been in was filmed before that.
Wow.
They've just been slowly releasing it over the past couple of years and using AI technology to put him in interviews. It was in his will. He insisted on it.
Well,
our next
frankly,
question.
Harry Osborn had it coming.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking creep. Anyway, ask the next question. That was such a good joke.
Harry Osborn, actually, I can't remember if Harry Osborn did anything wrong in those movies or if he was just played by James Franco, so you kind of assume he did. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that was the joke I was making.
Right, okay.
Because I was saying James, because the bit we were doing was that they're the same person.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But also, like, in that movie, like, he is kind of a little asshole. But I can't remember any asshole stuff he does. I just remember James Franco's face, and I'm like, what? Look at this little asshole.
Because the entire arc of fucking James Franco and Toby Maguire in those movies is just a very intense rom-com misunderstanding.
Yeah,
it's the second act of a rom-com where where the dude gets caught kissing the girl who he doesn't really like because of some crazy circumstance that happened.
Yeah,
but the love interest sees it happen, and the dude goes, "Wait, I can explain,"
and
the
then
love
he never
interest,
does,
and then he can't because the love interest runs away.
Right,
it's the same thing.
Yeah,
Harry Osborn sees Spider-Man like just looking down at Norman Osborn and assumes that Spider-Man killed him, when in reality, fucking guy goofed himself up.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. And then he goofs himself.
And he goofs himself. Right in the fucking gut with a hoverboard.
He gets goofed so hard.
With a fucking hoverboard, dude.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Okay, enough about. I could have kept talking about Spider-Man, but I think it's time. It's time to do other stuff.
We've been recording for 90 minutes.
Let's do one more question.
Oh my god!
Let's do just one more. Yeah.
We haven't started the podcast.
Imagine the
yet.
courage of just doing one more question.
Oh,
how brave would we be?
I don't have the courage, man.
All right, let's see here.
I went a little. Okay, all right. Let's do two more.
Let's
can we compromise and do two?
We can do two more. All right. My favorite poem is The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, which got me thinking, what kinds of twisted and deranged literature will be written in the world to come? Will it involve giant spiders or microscopic rats?
I don't really get the microscopic rats thing.
But. Yeah, microscopic rats. No.
But what kind of twisted literature? What kind of like twisted, sick, fucking good ass goth shit is gonna exist in the world to come? It's gonna be yeah, I guess now I'm thinking about it, like basically what I've done is like, write a silly poem. Go. Like it doesn't have to be that.
Well, if we're
like,
talking
it
about
could
just
be
twisted literature, we could talk about 144 rules for life.
That's
there's gonna be a 12-headed Jordan Peterson beast.
Yeah, dude.
That writes 12 copies of 12 rules for life.
It's gonna
at the same time.
It's gonna be so spooky and macabre.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really
a little bit scarier than the real guy as he currently is.
Yeah, but like the almost scarier is how it kind of isn't.
Yeah,
it could be. It's scary how it could be scarier.
Well, because because honestly,
anyone who still has their brain intact is going to be like, this is not different enough than what it was.
Like, well, because before he was one man in an arena.
Yeah, which
is frankly scarier than a 12-headed guy in a room.
It started out originally. It was just Jordan Peterson, but then it cut off his head, and two more grew in its place. And it was a red head and a blue head,
right?
And they would kind of debate with each other.
Yeah.
But then some brave knight came and attempted to slay the beast,
right? And
cut off. But they still haven't learned the trick yet. All they would have to do is cauterize the wound after cutting it off.
Right.
But they haven't learned that because Greek myths they're gone. They all burned.
Well, how are people going to know about Greek myths if they don't have Jordan Peterson around to tell them about it?
Exactly. Jordan Peterson, he has a monopoly on them.
Yeah.
He's the only one who still remembers. And he's not going to let you know. He's not going to tell you his one weakness. That's his secret.
Right, like he says, you know?
Yeah.
Always tell the truth, but at least don't lie. What he means is hide your secrets.
Yeah, so it's like, how many times? Let's do quick math. How many if you double every time you cut off your head, how many would it take to get 12?
It wouldn't.
I guess not, yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen that evenly.
No, it'd be 1, 2.
It wouldn't.
1, 2, then 4, then 8, then 16. Yeah, it would skip 12.
Yeah. It just happens
kind of happens, yeah. Sometimes he gets more than one.
He gets 16 and then 4 of them just kind of wilt like flowers.
Right, exactly. There's not his fucking secondhand Russian blood can't pump to all of these heads.
Yeah.
Like some of these heads are gonna
blood.
Some of these it wasn't there's like a difference between like a regular blood transfusion and what happened to Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah, no.
He got secondhand blood.
Yeah.
It's like, he did not have blood transfused. He had used blood. put in him. Like,
this didn't come from a blood bank. This
No.
came from a blood goodwill.
yeah.
This is just the blood they could find.
Right.
And, you know, it's Russia, so they just, like, walked down the block and just scraped at the ground.
Right, exactly. They killed a pig.
Yeah, they killed a pig.
They fucking slit a hog's throat.
But then they
Just
accidentally...
made him drink it.
Right.
That was it.
But the problem is they accidentally also got some dragon blood in the mix.
And that's, and it's
why.
been sitting in him latent this whole time.
Yeah. But it's been starting to
His
fall.
incredible magical power. It's just been what we've seen as like the slow deterioration of his body is the blossoming of his dragon soul.
Yeah. That's why he's doing fucking the Eras tour now.
His soul burns so hot that it is consuming him from the inside.
Right, and it
like
looks like he's
withering.
It looks like he's decaying when in reality
No.
he's accruing spiritual power.
Exactly, like he looks like he's withering, but it's like when a snake is about to shed its skin.
Right.
Like he's just gonna one day just two heads.
Yep.
Actually, no. One head, but like a very long snake-like neck.
Yes.
A hero eventually, in an attempt to best him, cuts in half.
Yep. And he's gonna
From
be
which two more grow in its place.
and he's gonna be the only remaining author in the world to come.
Yeah.
And he will have only
him.
written the book 144 Rules for Life.
Right.
Because that's 12 times as many as his original 12. And most people look at them as more like rules for life, like if you don't obey me, I will eat your village. Rules for life.
Yeah.
Because he's a dragon.
Right.
And you know,
Every time he cut off one of his heads, he has to write a new book because he comes up with that many more rules for life.
yeah.
Which is and it's kind of a perfect. The word has gotten around about that, and it's served as like a really good kind of form of protection.
Yeah.
Because we could finally end his reign of terror. Finally, we could continue to farm these lands without fear for our livestock. But they know that if they make the attempt and fail, it's a whole new book that they will be forced to read. I don't know.
Yeah, I lost the thread there.
Yeah.
What's the problem that they're trying to solve?
Get
away from the book or get the book? Or...
Well, they know that every time a new head comes up, they have to buy a new book because he writes even more rules for life every time there's a new head.
Right.
And so it's kind of kept people from kind of going out and trying to slay the beast because they know that if they fail, he will only become more powerful.
He writes a new book. Yeah, it's another 12 rules, and they are all don't cut off my head again.
Stop doing that.
As a matter of fact, it's actually there's actually really still only 12 rules for life.
It's like,
but now there's also 132 rules that just say don't cut off my head.
Yeah, and they're all so beautifully written.
Yeah.
The prosody is so impressive.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just chapters of flowing, beautiful, flowery language.
Which
and
why you should not
and,
cut off my head.
Yeah.
You know?
He's very talented, but he will burn your village to the ground.
It's crazy that you haven't launched into Jordan Peterson talking about please don't cut off my head yet. I really kind of expected you to be doing that impression like 5 minutes ago.
They already know it.
Yeah, okay. They can imagine.
They can imagine Jordan Peterson going, don't cut off my head.
Yeah.
Hey, stop cutting off my head.
Yeah, okay.
Every time you cut off my head, 2 more grow. If you want to live, definitely don't cut off my head again because I'm only getting more powerful. Please don't cut off my head. Also, it hurt.
Yeah, okay.
It's not fun for either of us.
You can have a party pooper.
My neck hurts.
All right, next
from
question.
It being cut off so many times.
We're done. Next
Okay.
question. Do you have anything on Discord? Want to end on? We've been
sure.
doing all emails. Let's check. Let's end off on a Discord.
So somebody asked, "Hi, balls and penis. Ever since my girlfriend got bottom surgery, she said that her biggest fear is that one day a snake is going to come out of the toilet and bite her vagina. Will this be a concern in the world to come?
Yes.
Yours truly,
Yes.
Sophia."
Yes.
And then there's a line of emojis. That is a snake emoji, then H8TS, and then some kind of transgender symbol of sorts. Snakes hate trans people, is apparently what this says.
Get away from the toilet!
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yep.
Toilets are where snakes live now. That's all they're for.
Yeah.
You poop in a hole in the woods where there are no snakes.
And don't call it a toilet, otherwise the snakes will use it.
Exactly.
They'll hear you and they'll be like, "Oh, there's a toilet here. Let's go hide in
These
it."
snakes are civilized.
Yeah.
They've left the woods.
Not that
for better
civilized?
things. No, they still live in fucking sewer
They
shit.
still live in toilets.
But their brains are just advanced enough to think that the woods are gross.
Yep.
So you want to shit there.
Yeah.
It's the one place there are no snakes.
Unless you identify the thing that you've dug as a toilet, in which case, don't mention it out loud, or
exactly.
a snake who hears you will take it over.
And don't try to remove the toilet from your house because they will see that as an affront to their territory. They'll get really territorial and defensive about it.
And they'll kill you while you're sleeping.
Yeah. It's just like doing snake stuff.
Yeah.
Like biting and squeezing your throat and such. You know?
Yeah. Or sending an email to Will Wood about joining in synergistically with a music group.
They'll trick you into signing away all of your intellectual property. And then you die under a bridge.
There's a lot of fat to trim from this episode and too much callback joke.
Yeah. Yeah, is any of that going to be in? Who knows?
I have no
Will this be
idea.
a reference to anything? It's impossible to say
I've
at
got a
this
lot
juncture.
to say today. I've had too much to say.
It's been a good one. I'm happy with this episode.
Philly Cheesesteak says, "Hey there, fellas. What'll happen to my eyes in the world to come?" Phil. Well, Phil, I got good news for you.
Oh?
You're not going to have them anymore.
You're not going to have them anymore. Those rat bastards are finally going to leave you alone.
Congrats.
I know this contentious relationship you've been having with your eyes. You know?
I know you're always trying to close your eyes.
You're always trying to close them.
And sometimes, you know, they open and you see something you don't want to see.
One time you
Or
saw
you're not asleep.
you saw a penis, and you were like, "Ugh!" You haven't forgiven your eyes yet. You know, you're like, "That's disgusting."
And they're finally going to get the hint.
They're finally
In
gonna
the
get
world
the
to
hit.
come. They're going to be like, all right, fine.
They're just kind of right
If-
out of there, roll away.
If you don't want to see what we have to show you, fine.
They're gonna fucking pop out your head. They're gonna roll away to start their own life. But they'll get eaten by a snake as they pass your bathroom, and
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. That's sad. But the point is, you're not gonna have them anymore.
The resentment's going to build.
Yeah.
And you're not going to, you know how they say you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah.
You're going to be fucking blind,
You're gonna be blind.
which is generally speaking not considered a fortunate outcome.
You know, yeah. It's probably not gonna be good for
Yeah.
you.
You don't want to be blind.
You probably don't. It's probably all things being equal.
Yeah.
It could be like one of those like heroic stories where you're really
You get like a Daredevil thing going.
yeah, dude. I was gonna be a little bit more grounded, but yeah, that was.
I mean,
We could do. Look, listen. You could definitely like. You're gonna make it work. I believe in you.
Right.
You know. You're gonna figure out a whole life that you get to live. You know, without that, and you're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
But you know, it's all like if you choose to just like, kind of if you choose to like repair your relationship with your eyes now, I feel like that's also a valid choice.
Yeah.
So you know.
You just have to learn to not judge your eyes for showing
Right,
you things
exactly.
when you look at them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
When you see a dick, you can't get mad at your eyes.
No, because that's really just
Get
as
mad
much.
at the guy who showed you his dick.
Right,
Gross.
exactly.
You know?
Or don't get mad. The eyes, all they are is a sensor. Really, what you're mad at is like the kind of the sort of reality being generated moment to moment within your brain, based off the different patterns of information that your eyes are sending them.
Yeah.
So don't get mad at your eyes. Get mad at your brain. Get mad at your own mind.
Chuck that thing out.
Get rid of it. Don't need it. Keep your eyes. Get rid of the brain.
You know, that's a good compromise.
Yeah.
Because also your eyes are going to get eaten by snakes
They're gonna get eaten by snakes
if you let them go.
if you let them go, and that's so sad. They deserve better.
You're going to be blind. You're going to be like, wait, maybe I did want to have eyes. Too late.
Too late.
Your resentment has already pushed them away into the jaws of a snake.
No, and they aren't even the problem. They're just you can't be killing the messenger.
No.
You know.
Yeah. Because then you don't have a messenger anymore.
Exactly.
You know.
How are they gonna get the messages back?
Right. No messages for you
Don't kill
now.
the messenger. Kill the guy who paid the messenger to come here.
Right.
Which is your brain.
Right.
Your own brain.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself. Kill yourself.
Don't. Don't.
Kill yourself. Kill yourself. Thanks everybody for listening to Life in the World to Come.
This is a rough one. Don't kill yourself. We here at Life in the World to Come believe in good things. And we support good things and we are against bad things. And I feel like that's really what you need to know.
That's really what you need to take away here.
Yeah.
Is that killing yourself is bad.
Yep.
Hey, kids. Killing yourself is bad. Don't be a square.
Man, I feel like
Mr. T comes out, does a rap.
you know, it's a sad state of affairs the way the world has changed, that we've sunk so low where stay in school is no longer the thing to put at the end of your piece of media.
It's like just don't just hold on. It's like, it might not be like this forever. We don't know. We would love to make you promises, but we can't. It would be irresponsible. Things might get better.
Hey, fellow millennials, do you remember the It Gets Better campaign? That was a fun one, wasn't it? It got us through high school, but like...
It did, but I don't know if it was, strictly speaking, true.
Did it get better?
I don't know if it got better. It's less that it got better and more that my capacity to allow the crushing weight... It's not that it got better. It's just that, like Atlas, as the world bore down upon me, I built enough muscle that it hasn't crushed me yet.
Yes.
It's happening. My bones are creaking and my muscles burn.
Yeah.
But I'm not dead. I'm not dead yet. But is that better? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is becoming more equipped to handle your terrible situation better? Thanks everybody for listening to Life in the World to Come.
Don't kill yourself.
Don't do it. It's
Rule
a bad
number
idea.
145.
That one's good, actually.
I have a couple of good ideas.
It's like,
and that's how I get you.
What it is, it's like at first it's like the rule is don't kill yourself, but like as he clarifies more and more, it's like really the rule is like don't kill yourself.
And also,
if you're not a pussy, like or something.
Ultimately, the rule is men don't kill themselves.
Yeah, that's what. That's it.
Real men don't. Real men don't do that.
Yeah. If you like this, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/lifeintheworldtocome.
Depends how you define climate. How you define real. What does the word is mean?
Who am I? What is this?
Where am I right now?
Starts scatting. Jazz starts playing.
I can't wait to see him on his Eras tour. He's gonna totally shred the scat. That's how he's gonna
burn
keep
that
it up.
fucking place to the ground.
Fucking Radio City Music Halls just screaming their heads off, chanting JP, JP. Meanwhile, he's just
the fucking Rockettes come out.
Start spreading the news. Thank you. I'm leaving today.
Fucking top hat and a cane.
I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. Do we have to finish the intro or can we just end it there? Our intro music is We Are the Hellhounds for the Taxpayers.
These vagabond shoes.
You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/lifeintheworldtocome. You can send us an email.
Very heart of it.
You send us an email at lifeintheworldtocome
New York.
at gmail.com. You can buy our merch at lifeintheworldtocome.bigcartel.com.
City that doesn't sleep. Thank you.
I think that was all of them.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't have to keep doing
All right,
this bit.
everybody.
Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.